so excited to be talking about these books. So hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a book haul featuring such incredible books that I'm so excited to be just talking about with you because they're all so different than one another that I would be shocked if you don't leave this video without, one or two books added onto your TBR. It's been a while since I felt so excited about such an incredible selection of books, and I think it's because they're all very different than one another, and it really helps satisfy different sections of my reader heart that want to read, fantasy or contemporary or crime or realistic, like nonfiction. I have a lot of good books right here, and let's just jump right on into it because we have a lot to get through. So the first batch of books was sent to me by my partner on today's video, Book of the Month YA, which is my favorite subscription box for books. Like, no joke guys, this subscription box is so revolutionary. I think it's because it takes on a completely new model for book subscription boxes, and that is it curates a list every single month for you to go to and pick one book from. So there's no chance that you will be getting a double copy of a book because you don't know what book's going to be coming in the mail in your subscription box because you would have already chosen it. And it gives you such an incredible list with books that may have never been on your radar if it wasn't for Book of the Month YA. And I'm going to be sharing some of those books with you in today's video because it will just show you how diverse and different and unique these books really are to one another and also to reading as a whole. Especially in today's publishing world where it can feel like there's a lot of options, but it's hard to pick just one because there's so many things being thrown your way. Book of the Month, you could tell that their curated list is just really carefully thought about and loved and cared for, and it's just a good feeling all around. So if you want to go and check them out, you can use my code right here to get your first box for just $9.99, and then the rest of the boxes that you'll be getting is not even a big price jump. It's just $14.99 a month and you'll get incredible books. So I highly recommend it. So let's jump into what books were featured for November. And I literally brought all of the books with me across the pond back to America because I needed to have every single one of them here with me because they all sounded so good, and I was like, I can't wait to just go back to London to read some of them. I need them all right here so I can read them during the perfect reading time of year in my opinion, which is winter. And yes, I did leave clothing back in London because I couldn't fit the clothes and the books into my bag. And do I feel bad about that? No, I feel great about that decision. Who needs clothes when you have books? Boom. Get your priorities straight. Thank you. So the first batch of books that I have to share with you are from Book of the Month YA, but the next batch are books that I recently acquired myself, and one of them is a book that I've been needing to have in my possession for so long, and I cannot wait to tell you about it because it's so different than what I normally read, and I want to share a little bit more about the other side of reading that I don't really talk about on this channel. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so the first book that was featured on the Book of the Month YA list for November was this incredible lovely novel called The Guinevere Deception by Kiersten White, who is an incredible author and who is able to retell stories in such a unique but also familiar way that satisfies readers and fans of said stories or said history, but also gives them something new to cheer for and something new to love. And it's just so perfect the way that she weaves these realistic and real stories like this one, which is based after the tale of Merlin and King Arthur and Camelot, and crafts it into something new that readers either who have never heard about King Arthur could enjoy, but also fans of King Arthur and his stories will adore as well. So what is it about? Well, this book is about Princess Guinevere, and she is being sent to a land where she is supposed to marry the king known as King Arthur, a stranger who she has never met before. So just casual, But the reason she is being sent to Camelot isn't just to marry the king, but she is being put on a mission devised by Merlin to help protect King Arthur from any enemies and any deception that may come his way and ail him as the new king of Camelot. But what's the catch? Well, Guinevere, her identity and true name are a secret because she is a changeling and she has given up everything to protect Arthur and Camelot. So in order to keep Arthur and Camelot safe, she doesn't just have to go and fight with a sword like she's really good at, but also she has to go navigate her way through courtly deceptions and intrigue and even weave her way through his own family, Arthur's family, who wants to be stuck in the old ways when the new ways are the only thing that's going to keep Camelot thriving when there's enemy forces lurking at the edge of the forest that want to see the kingdom fall. So it's her job to help make sure that that doesn't happen. I cannot wait to just jump right into this book and just see what it has in store for us, because I've loved everything that Kiersten White has written before, and I know that this one is going to probably be her best one yet. This next book wouldn't have ever been on my radar if it wasn't for Book of the Month, and that is I Have No Secrets by Penny Jolson. And it sounds phenomenal if you're a thriller / crime lover like myself. And the description of this book doesn't actually share that much, and that's what made me really drawn to it. Gemma knows who the murderer is. That's literally the first line of the description. It's very, just throws you right on in, sweeps you away. She knows because he told her. I feel like I should just read the description because it's so short. He thought his secret was safe because Gemma can't speak or move, but Gemma observes all kinds of things about everyone around her. His secret is just one of them. And when a new technology means that she may be able to communicate and reveal all she knows, Gemma no longer feels powerless in the face of this deadly secret. It's a race against time before the killer acts again or tries to stop her. That's literally the summary of it, and doesn't that sound phenomenal? I cannot wait to see where the story goes, because that's something that I could very much picture as like a movie or a TV show or something like that, and hopefully gets made, because just by that summary it makes me want to watch it, but makes me want to read it even more. So I love seeing how crime can kind of evolve and get solved through a medium that is like books rather than just on screen, because it's a different way to absorb that type of material, and I think it's really cool to see how the different formats vary and differ. Okay, so the next book is really cool because the author is actually a good friend of mine, and I was so happy to see her book in the box because she is an incredible author and she just tells stories like no one does. It's just, I don't even, there's no words for how beautiful her writing is and how beautiful her storytelling is, and the way she weaves myth into them, especially because it's myth that is based on Asian mythology, and I love that because we need more of that. And what is that? Well, it's Song of the Crimson Flower by Julie C. Dow. Julie has written 2 books before, but this is the new one that is in a series apart from those, so it's a new series and new storyline, and it sounds incredible. So let me tell you a little bit about it. So this book follows the story of Bao and Lan, and Bao, he is a physician's assistant, excuse me, and Lan, she is the daughter of a nobleman, and she cruelly rejects him, and then he leaves, and then she regrets her actions. So when one day she finds his prize flute floating in the river right by his boat, she decides to keep hold of it just for safekeeping until she can give it back to him. But it actually turns out that Bao, his soul is trapped in said flute because an evil witch put it there, and the only way to help him escape, they have to now work together even though he despises her, and go on this incredible journey across this kingdom where they'll go and meet emperors and deal with blood magic. It's a lot that they have to go and journey through, but the only thing that will truly set him free is love. And now going on with the theme of semi-dysfunctional relationships, we have Devon and Ashton in Where the Stars Lead to You by Ronnie Davis, which is obviously a contemporary novel. So it follows the story of these 2 people, and they have a horrible breakup because Ashton breaks up with Devon and leaves her pretty much ruined. But after picking up her shambled heart, she goes and proceeds forward into senior year with a rejuvenated sense of self and how she wants to become an astrophysicist, and she throws herself into that task. And she's doing great up until Ashton shows up at her school. Kind of throws a wrench in everything. Go away, Ashton. And now that he's at her school, he is suddenly everywhere and he wants her back. And it's all about her figuring out, does she want that, or does she want to move forward with life just in case history repeats itself again? I'm curious to see how this book would end up, because right now I'm totally not Team Ashton. I kind of want him to go away. Because Devon, you're doing great, girl. You're doing great. Don't let Ashton get in your way unless there's a good reason for why he broke your heart in the first place. So I guess we're gonna have to find out in said novel. And then the final book that I got from Book of the Month, YA, is The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is a book that I haven't really thought about since I read it like in high school, I think it was. Oh my gosh, it was such a throwback seeing this in the book box, and that's kind of why I love this book box so much, and that's because it'll bring sometimes old classics back to you. And now I think I'm gonna do a reread of it, because if you did not know, Stephen Chbosky, he came out with a new book and everybody's been adoring it, so I mean, what perfect time to revisit an oldie. What a goodie. The next book is a book by one of my favorite humans in this universe, Ryan LaSala, and he's the author of Reverie. This is his first book and I am so excited excited about it to be in the world and in your hands because Ryan is just incredible. So it follows the story of Kay Montgomery, and the police find him half dead in a river. So super casual beginning. And he can't remember how he got there or what put him there or really anything about that, but one thing that he does kind of feel different about is the whole entire world and why it feels different than what it used to be. That's the one thing he knows for certain. Something's off. And as he tries to go and piece these pieces of what happened back together, 3 almost strangers tell him they know what's going on because they claim to be his friends. But then he and his new friends, or old friends, they are pulled into unimaginable worlds that transform their school gym into a subterranean temple and crazy things like that. They're going to dreamland. And from all these crazy encounters and happenings, he learns that nothing in his life is an accident. But then when he realizes that a sinister force wants to alter his reality and the world's reality as a whole, he and his friends need to go and fight against this darkness and this evil to help preserve reality as a whole. The baddie in this book is actually like seen as a drag queen, like an evil drag queen, and I love that. That is Ryan in his words. I actually filmed a video with him and my roommate Sam, and we talk a lot about Reverie in it, so stay tuned for that. It's coming up very soon because Reverie is now coming out on December 4th, so that's this coming week. So go grab yourself a copy and adore this enchanting dreamscape world that is full of color and life and a sinister darkness. Okay, last but not least is a book that is still in the packaging because I lost it and I was searching for it for like literally an hour before this video started because I needed to have it in there, and that's because this book is like what I'm reading next. This is what I'm gonna be reading like right after I film this video and edit it because it seems so good. And I was actually recommended it by a few of my friends. One of them was Amber Driscoll recently. She has a book club on her Instagram page and you should totally like follow along with it. Also, my friend, I think it was either Francina Simone or Laura Steven. It was one of the two of them. One of them recommended me it like a while ago, and then when Amber re-recommended it, I was like, okay, that's it, I need to get it. And it actually falls in line with one of my really keen interests, which is the NHS, because it's such a fascinating system and there's so many incredible stories of the people who work it, and I wanted to know more about it, and this is the perfect way to know more about it, but in a comedic sense. And that is This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. Secret Diaries of a Junior Doctor. So one of the things that you guys probably don't know about me that much is that I love learning. Well, no, you guys know that, but I love learning weird stuff. So one of my main focuses of like the summer was learning about the NHS and watching tons upon tons of documentaries and reading articles about it and the experiences of the people who work it. So that was like my study of the summer, was the NHS and learning about those systems. Now it is learning about airplanes and aircrafts and airports. I love it. And recently, like before that, I was learning about the tube system in London. I love learning this stuff and you know, just seeing how things work, because we don't think about these things being like literally huge groups of people making it possible. We just think about us going there and being out of there sooner than we originally planned, because who wants to stay in a hospital or an airplane or the tube longer than they have to? People behind the scenes make that happen, and it's incredible. And if you guys want to learn more about it, check out The Tube, which is a series on the tube on YouTube. Also, Heathrow, Britain's busiest airport, is one of my faves, and the NHS one, oh, I forget the name of it, but I'll link it down below. Anyways, so this one is the true stories and the funny happenings, but also the starkly honest and difficult happenings of a junior doctor, Adam Kay. And I just have heard that it's literally laugh out loud funny and just shocking. So the back says, 97-hour week, life and death decisions, a constant tsunami of body fluids, and the hospital parking meter earns more than you. Welcome to life as a junior doctor. So I cannot wait to jump on into this and see what everybody has been raving about, because this book has been talked about so much and it's about time that I get in on it. So guys, that has been my very everywhere book haul. Books from all corners of this industry in this book loving world. I hope that you got some recommendations from it. I'll be linking them all down below, and also definitely go check out Book of the Month YA. It's incredible. I love it a lot. Seriously, take my word for it. Let me know what books you're going to be checking out after you watch this video down below so we can chat about it. Don't forget to go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My username is @SashaAlsberg. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!